Do you know that it's just feels good to be 2-0. What is up, Finn fans? 2-0. Monday. Waking up. Hey, we're number one in the AFC East. All by ourselves. It's not like we're tied with somebody else. It's not like technically blah, blah, blah. No. 2-0. All by ourselves. As this comes out, there's still a few teams left to play that haven't lost a game yet. I think altogether 8 undefeated teams in the NFL. One game at a time, but I'm happy. I'm happier than a piggin'. Don't you say it, Doug. But we're going to deeper dive into yesterday's win. Got some statistics here. I got a chart. It's going to pop up right chair. Right chair. We're going to look at a bunch of things. We're going to, take a moment, go to sleep, and kind of think more about yesterday's game, thought process, all that stuff. Yeah. So let's jump into it. I don't know what I'm beating around the bush on. Tua Tagovailoa, after 2 weeks in the 2023 NFL season, he has 715 passing yards, which is number 1 in the NFL. He has 4 touchdowns, which is tied for number 3 in the NFL. He only has 2 interceptions. Wish it was lower. Both of the interceptions kind of seemed like he was like, let me try something here. But stop doing that. But I feel like he could. 38 first downs. With his arm. Sorry, it's left. 38 first downs. First in the NFL. 102.9 passer rating. And the man is 5-0 against Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. But they asked him yesterday after the game, and he said the Miami Dolphins are 5-0. Essentially, not saying altogether, but he equates it to a team win, which 100% it is, right? Tua had a good game yesterday, but it did equate to, there was some things that hurt the team, but also the defense making good stops, holding them to 17 points? Yeah. And like I said against the Chargers, if the Dolphins can hold opponents' offenses to under 20 points, they're going to win games. Point and case. So there's Tua Tagovailoa. You know what? Before we get to more, let's just look at what I want to pop up here. Bam! This is his passing chart. And you can see 21 for 30, 249, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, time to throw, 2 minutes. So he had about 2 minutes to throw, but he's very quick and decisive with his throws. Something I'm noticing, right? You see where the dotted lines are? Do you notice that he's throwing a lot to the outside of the dotted lines, not so much more in the middle? Especially this game, they probably tried to take away the middle of the field. But you notice where a good portion of those greens are? Outside the numbers. You got the 1 red interception. He had a good day. To me, he had a good day. Again, he only missed 9 passes. One of them was a dumb interception. Good day. Very, very effective there. But I just noticed that those outside the number throws they're on the money. A lot of people said he can't throw outside the numbers. That's why they take away the middle of the field. Tua doesn't throw outside the numbers. He can't do it. He's horrible at it. Well, that chart says otherwise. Then we look at the receivers. You got Tyreek Hill, 255 yards, is 3rd in the NFL. 3 touchdowns is number 1 in the NFL. Jalen Waddle, 164 receiving yards, just 13th in the NFL. I think he's going to start to get more and more implemented into the offense. I have no scare. I'm not scared of it all. Last week I didn't talk about the run game because it was kind of non-existent. But this week I'm talking about Raheem the Dream Mostert. 158 rushing yards on 2 weeks, which puts him 6th in the NFL. Top 10 running back in the NFL. 3 rushing touchdowns puts him tied for 1st in the NFL. He had a long of 43 yards, which was that beautiful long touchdown run. Is tied as for 4th in the NFL in long runs. Also, on that 43-yard touchdown run yesterday, he got a top speed of 21.6 miles per hour. That's almost like, actually in a school zone, when the schools are coming out, that's above the speed limit. Ridiculous. Then Javon Holland, 25 tackles, which is tied for 4th in the NFL. The O-line, the Miami Dolphins O-line, 1 sack. They gave up 1 sack yesterday. That is 1 sack in the first 2 weeks without Teron Armstead. That is something to be happy about. That is something to give a little bit of this about. We all thought going into the season, oh, God, Liam Eichenberg and Austin Jackson. And, oh, great, now Teron Armstead's already banged up. First 2 weeks, we got some tough opponents. Oh, my gosh. 1 sack. 1 sack. Now, I'm not tooting anyone's horn, but I'll say, so far, I did say fart. So far, so good. Right? 1 game at a time. That's how I'm taking this season. I'm not looking forward to, oh, look at the opponents we got lined up for the... It's Monday. I enjoy the win, and then we're on to the Denver Broncos. Nice win. On to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos aren't a team you're going to laugh at. They lost some close games, but they were close for a reason. It's going to be very interesting. But the offensive line, got to give them their due, except for Connor Williams. After the snap, love him. Even though, again, we'll look at the film breakdown. There's a lot of times he's getting pushed back into Tua. We'll look at some of those. He needs to get his snaps under control. And I was like, let me stew on it. Obviously we're not going to cut him. I don't think the Dolphins are going to make any rash decisions and throw him to left guard because Isaiah Wynn is actually doing really good at left guard. So he's going to stay the center. And people are still telling me to relax. This is now year 2 of me being like, and just because he doesn't, the snaps, we don't fumble it, it throws off the timing of the play. And you see how quick Tua is with getting the ball out. It throws off the timing. Prime example is when the snap hit him in the knees. And he probably wanted to hand it off to Mostert. And then he tries to make the throw and his foot gets stuck and he falls. Just because the snaps aren't fumbled doesn't mean the snaps aren't bad. A lot of people, I hear that. Oh, we only lost, it was only 3 bad snaps. No. You got to watch it. If Tua's reaching over here, if Tua's reaching over here, if Tua's reaching down, just because you see wha-bam, and it comes in, that's not good. That's throwing off the timing. You need it in the vicinity of his body. Snap it. So just because they're not lost or go over anyone's head doesn't mean they're not bad snaps. And again, I've heard someone say this is his second year. Give him a chance. No. No, because if it costs us games, I'm not giving him a chance. Again, he did this for a full year. He's had 2 off seasons. No, I'm not giving him a chance. Get that out of here. So he needs to get his stuff together. That's the one. Bradley Chubb. Unfortunately, Jalen Phillips was out, had a back injury. I think it popped up on Friday. They tried to see if he could make it Sunday night. He couldn't, so they rested him. AVG moved to that side. Did a beautiful job. Ton of pressure getting after the quarterback. But a guy I do want to talk about was Bradley Chubb. He was getting some flack from some of the people in the stream yesterday. Where is he? He sucks. Da-da-da-da. He had 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 QB hits, 1 forced fumble, and 11 tackles? 7 tackles. 7 tackles. That's pretty good. Now, I'm not saying that's Mekhi Parsons level. I'd love a Mekhi Parsons level. But 7 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 QB hits, and the forced fumble, I'll take that from Bradley Chubb. I want more, but that's a good start. That's a good start in showing that we didn't waste picks on him. And again, he can do that with AVG on the other side. You got to incorporate Phillips, AVG. Keep AVG on the outside. Andrew Van Ginkel. Keep him on the outside. Don't put him in middle linebacker. His bread and butter is getting after the quarterback. Have him on the outside. Duke Riley can be in there, or go pick up another middle linebacker. I don't think there's any good ones available. Reuben Foster's out there, but if he's still out there, that means that nobody else wants him. Need something better. Maybe trade for middle linebacker. I don't know. But yesterday was good. Yesterday was good. I'm happy with the way it panned out. And again, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm deep diving. Again, tonight I'm recording. Tomorrow we'll have the film breakdown. I'm feeling good, right? This team is resilient. This team fights. Unfortunately, we hit some circumstances yesterday where I'm going to call a spade. We got screwed over a bunch. You know, Ghost of Adam Gase on Twitter pointed it out that not only was the touchdown pass to Derrick Henry an eligible receiver, but like almost all of their offensive line wasn't an eligible receiver because when Mac Jones threw the ball, they were past the line of scrimmage. So that should have been a penalty and brought back tenfold. But they got the touchdown and a blind eye by the referees. There's a ton of other stuff. Even through all that, unfortunately, you know, we let them get closer into the game than we should have. Still resilient. The defense still stepped up to when we needed them to. The offense still did their thing. Sanders should have made the flipping field goal, 55 yards. I understand you had the guy coming off the right. And he even said it. He's got to make them. I said it in the live stream and I put it in the best of video. Since 2020, I don't trust him kicking field goals. If it came down to him making that field goal to win the game for us, I don't think he'd do it. It's got to do better. But this is a very resilient team. The offense is dangerous. The defense, if it gets even more dangerous at home next week, every week they play together. Every week, Fangio starts to implement more of the defensive playbook and starts to trust them more to send blitzes. Eli Apple struggled here and there, but making moves. And then when Jalen Ramsey comes back after the bye, and then this team's going to get more and more dangerous. If they can stay resilient, if they can stay on track, this team is going to be dangerous. But again, one game at a time. Next, Denver home opener. Fun fact, this was the game I originally was going to go to because this was the allotted time my wife had free for me to be able to go. But things change, things move, and I'll be there week 5 for the Giants. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Comment below. What are some things you noticed about the game? What are some deeper... one last thing. Jalen Ramsey, if you go watch the interception, I retweeted it. So if you follow me on Twitter, go check it out. When the interception happens and the defense runs, Jalen Ramsey's running with them. He's running with them in the sweats. He traveled with the team. He was like, yeah, baby, yeah. Again, not saying anything, but resilient team. Stay the par, stay the course, one game at a time. Home for Denver. They got to come from the West Coast to the East Coast. It's going to be it's going to be hot. September 24th. That's 3 days before my birthday. My birthday's September 27th. I'll probably release a film breakdown on my birthday. I don't know. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with the film breakdown. But like usual, stay classy. F up.